The wedding confession. Just before her wedding, the groom's best friend sends the bride a secret video revealing the groom's infidelity. If I'd known that smile would be the last time I saw the real him, I would have looked longer. The house smelled like vanilla candles and fresh roses. My wedding dress hung by the window, catching the morning light like it knew something I didn't. "Do you ever get tired of staring at that thing?" Chloe asked, dropping onto my bed with a grin. I laughed. "Tired? I've been waiting my whole life to wear it." She kicked her shoes off. "Well, you better enjoy it before Ryan spills champagne on it." "Don't jinx it," I said, tossing a pillow at her. The room was warm, bright, and full of noise: bridesmaid dresses, makeup kits, half-eaten cupcakes. It felt like happiness had moved in for the week. Ryan walked in just then, his tie loose, a small bouquet in hand. "You two look like trouble." Chloe smirked. "You have no idea." He turned to me and kissed my forehead. "Hey, beautiful. Final fitting today?" "Yeah," I said, smiling. "And don't forget rehearsal dinner at 6. He grinned. "I wouldn't dare." "Good," Chloe said. "Because I've seen brides murder for less." Ryan chuckled. "Noted. I'll bring body armor." He left soon after, his cologne lingering in the air like a promise. For a second, I just stood there, heart full. Chloe watched me quietly. "You're really in love with him, huh?" I smiled, still staring at the door. "I am. He's everything." She nodded, but her expression softened. "Then promise me something. Don't lose yourself in all this wedding chaos, okay? You're more than a bride." "I know," I said, though part of me wasn't sure I did. Later that afternoon, we met Ethan at the venue. He was Ryan's best friend, tall, quiet, and always a little too serious. "Emma," he said when I arrived. "You look radiant already. Ryan's going to faint." "Then you'll have to catch him," I teased. He smiled weakly. "Yeah. I guess I will." I frowned. "You okay?" "Yeah, just tired. Work's been crazy." He avoided my eyes, focusing on the floral arrangements instead. It was unlike him. Usually, Ethan and I joked around easily. But that day, something felt off, like he was holding a secret behind his calm voice. "Everything's beautiful," I said, trying to fill the silence. "I can't believe it's all coming together." Ethan nodded. "You deserve perfect." "Thank you," I said softly. When Ryan joined us, his arm slipped around my waist, his smile wide and confident. "You see? Told you she'd love it." Ethan forced a grin. "Yeah. Looks great, man." Ryan clapped him on the shoulder. "Couldn't have done it without you." I caught the flicker in Ethan's eyes, something uneasy, fleeting, gone before I could name it. Later, as we went over the guest list, Ryan leaned close. "You're stressing too much, babe. Everything's fine." "I just want it to be perfect," I said. "It already is," he whispered. Chloe appeared behind us. "Perfect? You two are disgustingly sweet. I might puke." Ryan laughed. "You're just jealous." "In your dreams," she shot back. The banter was easy, light. But Ethan stayed quiet, scrolling through his phone. When I asked if he was okay, he muttered something about a call from work. That night, during dinner at my parents' house, Ryan made everyone laugh. He told the story of how we met, me spilling coffee on his shirt at a bookstore. "And she still owes me for that dry cleaning bill," he joked. I rolled my eyes. "I paid with my heart." He grinned. "Best deal I ever made." Everyone clapped and laughed. My mom dabbed at her eyes. "You two are perfect together." I believed it. Every word. After dinner, I walked Ryan to his car. The night air was soft, the sky glittering above us. "I still can't believe we're doing this," I said. He took my hands. "I can. I've known since the day you spilled that coffee." I laughed quietly. "You're never letting that go, are you?" "Not a chance." He kissed me then, slow, familiar, safe. I'll see you tomorrow, Mrs. Almost Miller. I watched his car disappear down the street, my chest warm and full. Inside, Chloe was waiting by the window. You two are ridiculous, she said. I know, I whispered, still smiling. She gave me a long look. Ethan seemed weird today. Yeah, maybe just tired, I said, shrugging. Or maybe he knows something. I laughed. Like what? That Ryan's secretly a superhero? Maybe, she said, though her tone didn't match her smile. I brushed it off, too lost in my perfect week to care. Before bed, I sat by the window, watching the moonlight spill across my wedding dress. I thought about how lucky I was, about the man waiting to marry me, the friends cheering us on, the laughter that filled every room. If only I'd known that in a few days, that same laughter would sound like a lie. Because even then, somewhere between the soft glow of candles and the rustle of satin, someone already knew the truth I was about to discover. And it wasn't me. My phone buzzed while I was sorting through wedding favors. I glanced at the screen and froze. Ethan, we need to talk. It's about Ryan. My stomach twisted. I read it 3 times, waiting for it to make sense. It didn't. I called him immediately. Ethan? What do you mean it's about Ryan? His voice was low. Can we meet? Please. It's better if I show you. Show me what? Just, meet me. The cafe near Maple Street. 20 minutes. Something in his tone made my heart beat faster. Ethan, you're scaring me. I know, he said softly. I'm sorry. The line went dead. For a minute, I just stood there in my kitchen, staring at my reflection in the kettle. My hands were shaking. When I finally arrived, the cafe was half empty. Ethan was sitting near the window, a coffee untouched in front of him. He looked exhausted. I slid into the seat across from him. Okay, what's going on? He lifted his eyes, red-rimmed, restless. Before I say anything, I need you to know I didn't want to do this. Ethan, you're really freaking me out. He took a deep breath. It's about Ryan. About something he's done. My throat tightened. If this is about the bachelor party. It's not, he interrupted, his voice sharp but trembling. It's worse. I stared at him. Worse how? He hesitated, unlocking his phone. His fingers shook. I didn't go looking for this. I wish I hadn't seen it. Seen what? He exhaled, then turned the screen toward me. This. The video started without sound. Ryan. Sitting on the edge of a bed. Laughing. A woman's arm wrapped around him. Then more, her face, their kiss, their movements, every second burning into me like acid. My breath caught. Stop. Ethan did. The silence that followed felt endless. I pushed the phone away like it might bite me. That's not real. I wish it wasn't, he said quietly. No, I shook my head. It could be old. Or edited. Someone's trying to. Emma, he cut in. It's from last month. The hotel date stamp is right there. I stared at the corner of the screen, June 9th, 11:47 p.m. Ryan had told me he was on a business trip that night. My voice cracked. Who sent this to you? Ethan hesitated. One of the guys from his office. He thought I should know before you married him. I covered my face. Oh my God. Emma, I'm so sorry, he whispered. I didn't know how to tell you. Why now? I snapped, tears burning my eyes. Why 3 days before my wedding? Because I couldn't stand there and watch you say yes to a lie. I looked up at him, guilt written all over his face. You should have come to me earlier. I was hoping it was some misunderstanding, he said. But I saw the proof. I couldn't ignore it anymore. My chest felt tight. He told me he loved me yesterday. He looked me in the eyes. And lied, Ethan said, voice breaking. He's been lying to you, Emma. I pressed my palms to my temples. The cafe noises blurred into a hum, cups clinking, doors opening, laughter somewhere far away. Maybe it was a mistake, I whispered. Maybe it didn't mean anything. Ethan's expression hardened. You deserve more than excuses. He cheated. You need to see him for who he is. I met his gaze. And what about you, Ethan? Why do you care so much? He flinched. Because you're my friend. Because you don't deserve to start a marriage in the dark. For a second, neither of us spoke. My heartbeat was the only sound in my head. I reached for his phone again, staring at the frozen frame of Ryan's face, the same smile that used to make me feel safe. I can't believe this. I know, he said quietly. I didn't want to be the one to show you. I wiped my eyes. Does he know you have it? No. And he shouldn't. Not yet. What am I supposed to do, Ethan? Cancel the wedding? Tell everyone? He sighed. Do whatever gives you peace. But don't marry him until you've heard the truth from his mouth. I leaned back, my body trembling. You just blew up my entire world. He lowered his head. I'd rather you hate me for saving you than love me for lying. I didn't know what to say. My voice wouldn't come. Finally, I whispered, I trusted him. Ethan looked at me, eyes full of pain. So did I. I stood up, barely steady. I need to go. He didn't stop me, just whispered, I'm sorry, Emma. Outside, the sky was gray, heavy, like it knew what I'd just seen. I walked to my car, feeling my heart crack with every step. When I sat inside, I stared at my reflection in the rearview mirror. My lipstick was perfect, my curls still pinned, but my eyes, they looked like someone else's. My phone buzzed again. Ryan, can't wait to see you tonight. Miss you already. I dropped the phone on the seat, tears spilling freely now. The screen lit up again, his name glowing in the dark. And all I could think was, that phone had just shown me the man I was about to marry. And I didn't know him at all. Maybe it's not him, I whispered to myself for the 10th time, staring at the phone screen like it might change if I looked long enough. The cafe's soft hum from days ago still echoed in my head, Ethan's voice, his trembling hand pushing the phone toward me, that cursed video playing in slow motion. I hit play again. Ryan's back. His voice. That laugh. My brain screamed no while my eyes said yes. It could be old, I muttered, clutching the phone tighter. It has to be. But the hotel curtains in the video were the same ones from his recent business trip to Denver. I remembered them from the photo he sent me, our countdown to forever, he'd said. The ringtone cut through my spiral. Ryan. I hesitated before answering. Hey, I said softly, trying to sound normal. Hey, beautiful, he replied, cheerful, casual, like my world hadn't just collapsed. You okay? You sound weird. I'm fine, I lied. Just, tired. He chuckled. Wedding stress, huh? I told you, once it's over, we'll laugh about all this chaos. My throat tightened. Yeah. Sure. What's wrong, Em? His tone sharpened. You've been distant. Did something happen? I swallowed hard. No. There's a lot on my mind. You're overthinking again, he said quickly. You always do this before big things. Remember when we moved in together? You were a mess for a week. I forced a weak laugh. Yeah. I remember. He sighed like he was already tired of comforting me. You're just nervous. Everyone gets cold feet before their wedding. Cold feet. The words made me flinch. Was that what this was? Nerves? Or guilt? Ryan, I said slowly, you'd tell me if something was wrong, right? Of course, he said too fast. What's this about? Nothing. Forget it. No, tell me, he pressed. You've been acting strange since the weekend. Did someone say something? I froze. He always knew how to corner me, make me feel like I was the one breaking something. Chloe's just been stressing me out, I said finally. You know her. She wants everything perfect. He laughed lightly. Well, she's doing a great job. I saw the video she's making, it's amazing. You're going to cry. My stomach turned. That video. The montage of us smiling, kissing, dancing, a highlight reel of a love that maybe never existed. Yeah, I whispered. I bet I will. He lowered his voice. Hey, listen. I love you, okay? Don't let the pressure get to you. I hesitated. I love you too. The words fell out automatically, but they felt foreign, hollow. After we hung up, I stared at my reflection in the mirror. My face looked pale, my eyes unfamiliar. I turned toward the corner of my room where the wedding dress hung, white, perfect, untouched. I walked closer and brushed my fingers over the lace. It used to make my heart race. Now it just felt heavy. Maybe it's fake, I whispered again, almost pleading. Maybe Ethan's lying. But Ethan's face, that broken look in his eyes when he said I couldn't let you marry him without knowing, wouldn't leave me. I picked up my phone and called him. He answered immediately. Emma? Why did you show me that? My voice cracked. Why couldn't you just let me have this week? Because you deserve the truth, he said quietly. I don't want it. The words came out like a confession. I just want things to be simple again. Simple, he repeated. He cheated on you, Emma. Stop saying that. I snapped. You don't know, maybe it's not what it looks like. Then what is it? He asked gently. Tell me what else it could be. I had no answer. My silence said everything. Please, he whispered. Don't let him twist this. He'll make you doubt what you saw. I bit my lip hard, holding back tears. I just need time. He sighed. You don't have much. Once you walk down that aisle, there's no undoing it. His words echoed long after I ended the call. That night, I lay in bed, the wedding dress looming in the corner like a ghost. My phone buzzed, Ryan again. Miss you, his text read. Can't wait to call you my wife. I typed back, me too. Then deleted it. Typed again. Deleted it again. Finally, I sent nothing. I turned off the light, but the image of the video burned behind my eyelids, his hands, her laugh, the truth I refused to believe. Maybe denial hurt less. But deep down, I knew it wouldn't save me. The apartment felt colder than usual, like the air itself knew what was coming. Ryan sat on the couch, scrolling through his phone, completely unaware that my entire world was about to collapse between us. I stood in the doorway, heart pounding so loud I could barely breathe. Ryan, I said quietly. He looked up, smiling. Hey, babe. You're early. Yeah, I replied, stepping inside. We need to talk. The smile faded. That sounds serious. It is. I set my phone on the coffee table, screen down. My hands were shaking. I got a message from Ethan. Ryan frowned. Ethan? What did he say? He said we needed to talk. About you. Ryan chuckled lightly, but his eyes flickered. About me? What, he's planning my bachelor party or something? Don't, I snapped. Just, don't joke right now. He leaned back, feigning confusion. Okay, then tell me what's going on. I flipped my phone over, opened the video, and pressed play. The sound filled the room, his voice, her laugh, the sheets rustling. He froze. His hand clenched the armrest. Where did you get that? He asked, voice suddenly low. From Ethan, I said, my throat tight. He showed me. Said he couldn't let me marry you without knowing. He exhaled sharply, standing up. That son of a, he's lying, Emma. He's been jealous of me since the day we met. Jealous? My laugh came out broken. Ryan, that's you in the video. He stepped closer. You don't know what you're seeing. That could be anyone. It's your voice, I said. Your watch. Your tattoo. My voice trembled, but I didn't look away. Don't insult me by pretending. He raked a hand through his hair, pacing. You don't understand. Ethan's obsessed with you. He's wanted this for years. He'd do anything to break us apart. Stop it. My voice cracked. Just stop lying. I'm not lying, he shouted, slamming his fist on the table. You're letting him manipulate you. Tears burned in my eyes. Then why can't you look at me? He froze mid-step. His jaw tightened. Because I can't believe you'd think I'd do something like that. Ryan. No, he cut in. You really think I'd throw away everything we have? For what? Some random woman? I don't know what to think anymore, I whispered. I don't even know who you are. He stepped closer, his tone softening, rehearsed. Baby, you're stressed. The wedding's close. You're tired. People are in your ear, making you doubt things that aren't real. I shook my head, backing away. I saw it. I heard it. Don't twist this. He sighed, rubbing his temples. Fine. Even if it was me, which it's not, it doesn't mean anything. You really think I'd risk us for someone I don't even care about? My chest ached. So you admit it? He hesitated. No, I'm saying if. You're jumping to conclusions. Then tell me the truth for once. I screamed, tears spilling down my face. Just once, Ryan. Stop lying to me. His expression cracked for a second. He looked away, jaw clenching. Ryan, I said again, softer this time. Please. Tell me. He sat down, shoulders slumped. When he finally spoke, his voice was barely above a whisper. It was a mistake. The room went silent. I stared at him, frozen. What? He wouldn't meet my eyes. It happened once. I was drunk. It didn't mean anything. I didn't even. Don't you dare finish that sentence. My voice shook so hard I could barely stand. You lied to me. Every day since then, you looked me in the eye and lied. He stood, desperate now. It didn't mean anything, Emma. I love you. You're the one I want to marry. You're overreacting. Overreacting? I laughed bitterly. You cheated on me, and I'm overreacting? He grabbed my hands. Please. Listen to me. We can fix this. I pulled away, disgusted. You can't fix something that never existed. Don't say that, he said quickly. You're just angry. Once this settles down. Once this settles down. I interrupted. You think I'm walking down that aisle like nothing happened? You're not thinking straight, he yelled. You're letting Ethan poison you. He's using you to get to me. I shook my head slowly. No. He's the only one who didn't lie to me. He fell silent. For a long moment, all I could hear was my own heartbeat. Then I took off the ring. It felt heavier than it should have, like every promise he ever made was carved into it. I looked at him one last time. You killed us, Ryan. He reached out. Emma, please. I threw the ring on the floor. It hit the tiles with a small, sharp sound that echoed louder than any shout. He flinched, but I didn't wait to see his face. I grabbed my bag and walked toward the door. Where are you going? He called out. Away from this, I said. Away from you. Don't do this. His voice cracked. We can fix it, Emma, I swear. I turned around once more. You can't fix what you destroyed. His eyes glistened, but I couldn't tell if it was regret or fear. As I stepped out, I heard the faint sound of the ring rolling across the floor, hitting the wall, and stopping. Just like us. I hadn't left my old room in 2 days. The curtains stayed drawn, and the silence felt thicker than the air itself. My phone buzzed again, another message from Ryan. I didn't even have to look. Emma, Mom's voice came softly through the door. You should eat something. I'm fine, I said, though my stomach had forgotten what hunger felt like. She came in anyway, holding a tray. You're not fine, she said gently. No one cries in silence and calls that fine. I smiled weakly. You always see through me. She sat beside me on the bed. You don't have to be strong right now. I was supposed to be getting married in 2 days, I whispered. I had the dress, the flowers, the song. Now I have nothing. Mom brushed my hair back. You still have yourself. That's something. The sound of my phone buzzing again made her glance at it. Is that him? Yeah. I sighed. It's always him. She frowned. Don't answer. I won't. But I did look. Ryan, please, just hear me out. I can't lose you. I didn't mean to hurt you. It was one mistake. Chloe showed up that afternoon with coffee and a fury that filled the room before she even spoke. So, are we officially calling off the wedding, or are you planning to torture yourself a bit longer? Chloe. No, don't Chloe me, she interrupted. He cheated. You saw it. The end. I know, I said softly. Then why are you still letting him text you like you owe him closure? I stared at the floor. Because part of me still loves him. Her voice softened, just a little. Love doesn't mean you let someone destroy you. I swallowed hard. It's not that simple. It is, she said firmly. You don't marry a man who makes you doubt yourself. Tears burned behind my eyes. I spent years building a life with him. I don't even know who I am without it. Chloe sat beside me, her tone gentler now. Then start figuring that out. Without him. She glanced at the dresser. Are those the invitations? I nodded. The unopened stack sat there like a cruel joke, ivory envelopes, gold lettering, Emma and Ryan, forever begins here. Chloe picked one up and sighed. You're not sending these, right? No, I whispered. But I can't throw them away either. She set it back carefully. Keep them. Let them remind you what kind of forever not to believe in. After she left, the room fell silent again, except for my phone lighting up every few minutes. Ryan, I'm losing my mind without you. Ryan, please, Em. Don't do this. Ryan, I'll never forgive myself. I turned the phone face down, pressing my palms over my eyes. My chest hurt from trying not to feel. That night, I couldn't sleep. The house was quiet, the way it used to be when I was a teenager sneaking late-night calls. Except now, I wasn't waiting for Ryan. I was staring at Ethan's name on my screen. I typed before I could stop myself, "Can we talk?" He replied almost instantly, "Always." We met on a call, no video, just voices. It felt safer that way. "Hey," he said softly. "Hey." My voice cracked. I don't even know what to say. You don't have to say anything. I exhaled shakily. Everything feels unreal. Like I'm watching someone else's life fall apart. I get that. Do you? I do, he said quietly. I watched him hurt you for months. Pretending not to see it made me sick. I swallowed the lump in my throat. Why did you tell me, Ethan? You could have stayed quiet. He hesitated. Because you deserved the truth, even if it broke you. My voice dropped to a whisper. It did break me. I know. He sounded guilty. And I'm sorry for being the one to do it. But it was already broken, Emma. You just hadn't seen the cracks yet. I wiped my eyes, wishing he were wrong. I thought I knew him. I thought he was good. He was good, Ethan said softly. But he wasn't honest. And love without honesty doesn't last. I stayed quiet for a moment, the silence heavy but comforting. Ryan keeps texting, I said finally. He says he can't live without me. He'll survive, Ethan replied. People like him always do. They survive by finding someone new to lie to. That made me laugh, a small, painful laugh, but real. You sound like you've thought about this a lot. He sighed. Too much. The clock ticked loudly in the background. I lay back on my bed, staring at the ceiling. I keep wondering if I could have fixed it. You couldn't, he said firmly. You didn't break him, Emma. You just believed him. The truth stung worse than I expected. You make it sound so easy. It's not easy, he said. But it's the only way you heal. For a while, neither of us spoke. I could hear his breathing through the speaker, steady and calm. Thank you, I whispered. For telling me. For not letting me walk into that wedding blind. He hesitated. I didn't do it to be a hero. I know. I did it because I couldn't watch you get hurt anymore. The words lingered in the dark, heavy and fragile. I didn't know what they meant, not yet. Good night, Ethan, I said softly. Good night, Emma. When the call ended, I stared at the unread invitations again. Each one held a version of me that believed in forever. I finally picked them up and placed them in a box under my bed. Out of sight, but not forgotten. The mirror didn't lie, even if I wished it would. I stared at the woman in white, trembling hands gripping the edge of the vanity. My veil shimmered under the soft light, and for a second, I almost looked like the bride I once dreamed of being. Almost. A knock came at the door. Emma? It was Mom's voice, muffled and nervous. 15 minutes, honey. Okay, I whispered, though my throat felt too tight to speak. When she left, I looked at myself again. The dress was beautiful, ivory lace, a gentle trail, perfect in every way. But all I could see was the lie beneath it. I pressed my hands to my stomach, trying to steady the storm inside me. My phone buzzed on the vanity. Chloe. I answered immediately. Hey. You okay? She asked softly. I laughed shakily. Define okay. Emma, she said, you don't sound fine. I'm about to walk down the aisle and marry the man who shattered me 3 days ago, I said. So no, I'm not fine. Then don't do it. It's not that simple. Yes, it is, she argued. You have a choice. You always do. I turned toward the mirror, meeting my own reflection. Everyone's here, Chloe. My parents, his family, our friends. They think today's supposed to be perfect. Let them think whatever they want, she said. You don't owe anyone a performance. Tears welled in my eyes. He's standing out there waiting for me. Good, Chloe said sharply. Let him wait. Let him wonder why the woman he betrayed finally chose herself. Her words hit me hard, cutting through the fear. I stared at the reflection again, the mascara, the trembling lips, the crack in my composure. Do you remember what you told me after Ethan showed you the video? She asked. Yeah, I whispered. That I didn't believe it. No, she said gently. After that. You said, maybe I just don't want to see the truth. I swallowed hard. I see it now. Then say it out loud, she urged. I hesitated. Say what? That you can't marry a lie. The words lodged in my throat. I wanted to say them, but fear kept them trapped. What if everyone hates me for this? Then at least you won't hate yourself, she said. Silence filled the room, heavy and fragile. I could almost hear the faint sound of music drifting in from the hall, the opening notes of what was supposed to be our song. Emma, Chloe whispered, you don't have to walk out there to prove you're strong. You just have to walk away. That broke something inside me. A single tear slid down my cheek, smudging the perfect foundation. I looked in the mirror one last time and finally said it, quietly, but certain. I can't marry a lie. Chloe exhaled, relieved. Then go. Before they come looking for you. Thank you, I whispered. For what? For reminding me who I am. I hung up and wiped my eyes. Then I took a deep breath and stood. My dress rustled softly as I moved, heavy, beautiful, suffocating. I picked up the bouquet, held it once, then set it down. The room felt different now. Lighter. Outside, the music grew louder. Someone knocked again. Emma, it's time. I know, I said. But I wasn't walking toward the aisle. I slipped out through the side door of the bridal suite, heels clicking against the marble floor, each step echoing like the sound of goodbye. My heart pounded, but I didn't stop. I passed the empty hallway, the floral archway I helped design, the laughter from guests waiting for a moment that would never come. Someone called my name behind me. Maybe Mom. Maybe a planner. I didn't look back. The doors leading outside were open, sunlight spilling in like an invitation. I walked through them, the wind catching my veil and tugging it free. It fluttered away behind me, landing somewhere near the entrance. I didn't chase it. The parking lot was quiet except for the distant hum of traffic. I stood there, the dress glowing under the sunlight, and for the first time in days, I could breathe. My phone buzzed again. Ryan. I stared at the screen. Where are you? It's starting. Please don't do this. I typed slowly, my hands trembling but steady enough for the truth. I already did. Then I turned it off. As I walked toward the car, my reflection caught in a window, the same dress, the same face, but a different woman. Someone who finally saw herself clearly. I opened the door, sat down, and whispered to the empty seat beside me, "Goodbye, Ryan." And as I drove away, the church bells began to ring, not for a wedding, but for an ending that finally set me free. The morning light spilled across my kitchen table as I stirred my coffee. I'd gotten used to the quiet, no constant phone buzzing, no fake apologies, no pretending. Just peace. It still felt strange sometimes. My phone buzzed once. "Chloe." I answered, smiling. "Morning." "Morning, Mrs. Independent," she teased. "Guess what I just saw on social media?" "Oh God," I groaned. "What now?" "Ryan," she said. Apparently his perfect little girlfriend packed up and left. Some drama about him being caught texting another woman. Karma came in heels, girl. I let out a small laugh. I'm not surprised. He always needed someone new to validate him. Chloe sighed. Still, poetic, right? The guy who thought he could play everyone just got played. I swirled my spoon slowly in the cup. Yeah, poetic. Don't tell me you feel sorry for him. I don't, I said quietly. But I don't feel anything anymore. And that's the best part. Chloe laughed. Growth looks good on you. It feels good too, I said. I've been going to yoga, writing again. I even started therapy last month. Damn, look at you healing and glowing. I smiled. Trying to, at least. There was a short pause before she said softly, "You know, I'm proud of you, Em. A year ago, you would have texted him back, begged for answers, maybe even met up just to talk." I know, I said, chuckling. Now I just delete. Queen behavior, she said. Anyway, I gotta run, but I'll call later. Yeah, I said. Thanks for calling. When the line disconnected, I just sat there, staring at the steam rising from my cup. The kind of silence that used to hurt now felt calm, earned. The phone buzzed again. Unknown number. My chest tightened for a second, some instinct I hadn't completely outgrown. I opened the message. I miss you. I messed up. Ryan. For a moment, I didn't move. The words blurred a little on the screen. The same voice that once made me doubt myself now sounded so small, so desperate. I whispered to the empty room, "You finally figured it out." But instead of replying, I placed the phone face down. My heart didn't race. My hands didn't shake. It was strange, how peace could feel heavier than anger but softer too. After a while, I picked the phone back up and opened the message again. I read it one last time, then hit delete. No dramatic sigh, no tears. Just a quiet exhale. The tiny trash icon disappeared, and so did the last piece of him I'd been holding onto. The doorbell rang. I walked over and opened it to find my neighbor, Mrs. Patel, holding a small pot of jasmine. "Emma. I thought you might like this," she said with a warm smile. "Oh, thank you," I said, taking it gently. "It's beautiful." "It's a healing flower," she said. "Good for new beginnings." I smiled. Perfect timing. As she left, I placed it on the windowsill. The sunlight hit the petals, making them glow. For some reason, I thought about the day I left the wedding, how my veil flew away in the wind. Back then, I thought that moment would haunt me forever. But now, it just felt like the start of something honest. My phone buzzed again, a work email this time. I smiled at the sender's name. New project. New start. Chloe texted again right after, "Did you see his message?" I replied simply, "Deleted." She sent a heart emoji. Proud of you. I put my phone aside, took a sip of coffee, and looked at the jasmine again. The scent filled the room, light, clean, forgiving. For months, I used to think closure meant getting an apology, hearing him say he was sorry. But now I realized closure was just silence. The kind that doesn't ache anymore. The kind that lets you breathe without remembering what broke you. I opened the window slightly. The breeze carried in the faint sounds of the city, life moving on, like it always does. My reflection in the glass caught my eye. No dress, no tears, no pretending. Just me, a little older, a little wiser, finally free. I smiled softly and whispered, "You did the right thing." And for the first time, I truly believed it. I stared at the blank page in front of me, pen resting between my fingers. A year ago, I couldn't even say his name without shaking. Now, I was ready to write it, not because I missed him, but because I finally understood why it all happened. I began slowly. This isn't a love story. It's a confession. My handwriting looked steadier than I felt. I paused, listening to the faint hum of the rain outside. It always seemed to rain when something important ended or began in my life. Chloe's voice echoed in my head from earlier that day. "You really gonna write about him?" she'd asked. "I'm not writing about him," I'd said. "I'm writing about me." She had smiled. "Then write the hell out of it." Now, sitting by the window with my journal open, I whispered to myself, "All right, Emma. Tell the truth." I wrote, "I once believed love meant forgiving everything, the lies, the silence, the betrayal. I thought loyalty meant staying, even when it broke me. But I was wrong. Love starts with self-respect." I stopped again, exhaling. The ink shimmered faintly in the lamplight. My phone buzzed. A text from Ethan. I hadn't seen his name pop up in months. "Heard you're writing again. I'm glad." I smiled faintly and replied, "You were right. Writing helps." He responded almost instantly. "It always does." For a second, my chest ached with a memory, the night he told me the truth. His voice, his guilt, the weight of it all. I'd asked him back then, "Why did you tell me?" And he'd said, "Because you deserved the truth, even if it broke you." Now I finally understood what he meant. Sometimes breaking is the only way to grow. I went back to my journal. It took losing everything I thought I wanted to find peace. The silence after walking away was terrifying at first. But slowly, it became my home. I learned to like waking up without checking my phone, to drink coffee without waiting for a message that would never come. I learned that closure doesn't come from someone else's apology, it comes from forgiving yourself for trusting the wrong person. I could almost hear my therapist's voice saying, "That's progress, Emma." I chuckled softly, muttering, "You'd be proud of this entry." The rain outside grew heavier. I turned a page, my handwriting flowing faster now, as if my heart had been waiting for this release. I used to think my life ended the day I left the wedding. But it didn't. It started. I just couldn't see it yet. Every tear, every sleepless night, every time I wondered if he missed me, it all brought me here. To peace. To honesty. To myself. There was a knock on my door. I opened it to find my mom holding a cup of tea. "You're still writing?" she asked. "Almost done," I said. "It's kind of a goodbye letter." She handed me the cup. "To him?" "To everything," I said softly. She nodded, smiling gently. "You always did need to write things down to let them go." After she left, I sat back down, taking a slow sip. The warmth felt grounding. I picked up the pen again. I forgive him. Not because he deserves it, but because I deserve peace. I forgive myself for staying too long. For ignoring the signs. For believing that love could fix someone who didn't want to change. And most of all, I forgive the version of me who thought she wasn't enough. I paused and looked at the stack of old wedding invitations in the corner. They'd been sitting there all year, unopened, untouched. I finally stood up, walked over, and dropped them one by one into the trash. The sound was soft but final. When I sat back down, my heart felt light. I turned to the last page of my journal. To Ethan, thank you for telling me the truth, even when it broke me. You didn't ruin my life, you saved it. To Ryan, I hope you find the honesty you kept running from. And to myself, thank you for walking away when staying was easier. I set the pen down, then smiled. The rain had stopped. The world outside looked clean, washed, alive again. I read the last line I had written, whispered it aloud, letting it hang in the quiet room like a vow. Sometimes, the person who ruins your wedding saves your life. I closed the journal gently, feeling something inside me settle, not joy, not sadness, but peace. The kind that comes only when you've told the truth and survived it. And for the first time in a long, long while, I didn't feel broken. I just felt whole.